people would be just free, and there will be just so much love and peace, because people won't be suffering, right? Like they will know how to heal themselves. If we are healed, if each person in the world is like, just open to this love energy and knows how to deal with their emotions, whatever comes, then the world just would be so kind. Just having more freedom in general, it would be amazing.
One, two, three, four. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Inspiration Paradise podcast, episode number 40. Today, we're going to talk about we're going to go the whole gamut. We're going to talk about personal development. We're going to talk about yoga. We're going to talk about spirituality. We're going to talk about holistic health. We're going to do it with the one and only Maria Kozak, who is an online tutor here on the Inspiration Paradise. What can people learn with you, Maria? What can people learn about?
Hello, everyone. It's nice to be here. And I'm sharing mostly yoga and meditation sessions. I always call them my healing sessions because they are healing on so many levels. And so I share yoga, different kinds of yoga, slow movement, even dancing yoga. I share healing meditation, focus on connecting deeper to the inner space of peace and love. And I also share mentorship sessions. It's like a spiritual guidance for people who are struggling with stress and tension in their bodies, in their minds, and I just help them navigate through those different waves of life.
Yeah, it could be a rough sea. It could be a rough sea of life,
Yeah.
But we have these tools. We have these tools like yoga. And before this began here today, this morning, I was just thinking about gratitude and how gratitude always just gets rid of any negative emotion for me in my life,
Yeah, gratitude is beautiful. Like I had actually experienced how amazingly it attracts good things to you, like so often when I'm just focusing on being grateful for whatever I have at this present moment, suddenly like I get a call from someone, or like just some amazing things happen to me just because I am grateful and I'm like putting this energy out to the world.
Wow. Well, in previous episode that is yet to air, that is yet to be published in Inspiration Paradise, which is a reason why people should subscribe, is an episode about law of attraction. And we talk about how we talk about how the universe is quite like a father or like a parent. And if you're grateful for what you already have, you might get more of it. If you're not very grateful for what you have, hey, you're not grateful for what you have, right? You're not getting more. That's why I don't like it. If they were like, hey, Dad, give me stuff, and I'm like, hey, you're not happy with what you got. But if he's happy with what he's got, and I can see he's just beaming, he loves it. Even though from a higher perspective, I can see that maybe he doesn't have much. He's just got £10, or he's just got a little car or something. If he's happy with that, I'm going to want to give him more because I want to see him joyful. The Lord, perhaps you'd say, wants to see us joyful.
Yeah.
Let's go into the first question, which is, why did you join Inspiration Paradise as a tutor?
Inspiration Paradise, I think it's a beautiful name, and it really attracted me, the name, and lots of colors on the website and just lots of different creations that you guys share with the world. So it's not only sessions, it's not only tutors, but it's also like a whole community, right? Where you can like share your art, where you can share the clothes, when you can just support each other. And I thought that would be it would be great to be a part of it, to support other people, to learn from them as well, because there's lots to learn as well always. And yeah, to like inspire each other, to like be in this energy of creation, inspiration. I think it's like really amazing, powerful energy. I love creating art as well. I love creating videos, meditations. So yeah, I think this is like what connected me to this space as well.
And in the interview, I thought the same. I do these interviews, and if you want to join as a tutor, if you're watching this and want to join, you can join via the link below. And I do these interviews, and I hire based on vibe, really, mostly.
I think that's the best, actually, because actually, like yesterday I read on one of the websites that it's just best to hire based on someone's character and personality, because skills can be always learned, right? But the personality and like the vibe that we are sharing, it's just something that we cannot really change. So
yeah. It's one of these things which a vibe kind of builds up. It kind of builds up throughout time. So I've always been vibey. A lot of people who aren't vibey, they've been like that for a long time. And it can. I was going to write a LinkedIn post, sort of saying another kind of like an objection in a way. I was going to say, like, if you added, this is going off topic, but if you added a person who was low vibey into a high vibe place, they might bring the vibe down a little bit, but they're going to grow into their high vibe place. But that should be only done when the company's big. There's a lot of high vibers.
Yeah.
So yeah, brilliant. Well, tell me a little bit about your sessions. Now, you've got a group class, and I think you told us a little bit about what you teach. And tell me a little bit about more of that, and then we'll go into proper topics, not just promotion.
All right. So yeah, as I said, I share yoga. I share private and group sessions as well, and it's all about natural healing. So I share healing through movement with yoga. I share healing through deep breathing, which is super important, and I always shared with all the people that breathing is the most important part, even in yoga, in meditation, and just daily life in general. It's really important how we breathe, because most of the people just breathe like in a very like shallow way, especially when they're stressed, and they're not aware that the deeper we breathe, the more we breathe, it's actually our life is extending and our energy is expanding as well. So I think this is really important to focus on the breath at first when you are starting your journey with spirituality, with stress management and all of that. And yeah, so I share yoga sessions. My favorite yoga is yin yoga, which is a little bit slower kind of flow where we go a little bit deeper to the postures, releasing lots of tension from the muscles like the back space, the lower back especially. Lots of people have problems with that. And shoulders areas, like lots of tension as well on the shoulders and the glutes. And yeah, we just go through different groups of muscles during those classes to just make you feel like super relaxed and like super peaceful. And yeah, I share as well vinyasa yoga flow, which is a little bit faster paced yoga, but it's really amazing to like keep the heart rate up. It's a breath movement connection, so we move a little bit faster, but we still focus on connecting to this inner peace, which is always the most important part. And yeah, apart from that, I also share meditation with breathing sessions. So this is mostly just focused on really connecting to our inner space through a little bit more stillness. I share different breathing exercises, different pranayama for calming down, for focus, for energizing the body. So whatever someone really needs to focus on this day, I always try to design the session like specifically for that. And then we share a little bit of breathing and then meditation. I actually just started mostly offering my sessions with only meditations. This was like my first thing, because I started my journey as well with only meditation. It has helped me a lot with my sleep problems, And yeah, and then I added yoga, added breathing, and it's all beautifully connected. So even when I do yoga sessions, it always starts with breathing exercise. Then we do asana, the physical postures, and then we do meditation in the end. So it's all beautifully connected. And the third kind of sessions I offer is mentorship, as a guidance. So it's very different for each person. We can work on confidence, on helping with self-esteem, just feeling more brave in life, feeling more powerful about yourself in general, healing different stuck emotions through different tools, like breathing, like just talking about it, because some people they just need to talk, they just need to someone who listens to them and who can kind of help them, kind of give them a little bit of advice. So these sessions really depend on a person, on their personality and what they need to focus on. But yeah, we always have lots of fun. We always share a lot, and we always open up more and more with each session.
Amazing. Yeah, we talk about good vibes. I mean, so. And the thing is with these things is that these things, once you learn these things, I'm sure you have these tools for like the rest of your life. Is that true?
Yeah, for sure. It's like something you don't really forget, but of course you need to practice this. It's not like you just do one session once a week and then you stop the sessions. And it really depends on you, right? Like I can be your guide and I can help you with all of that, but it all depends always on ourselves. Like we have to do all the work, and we really have to practice, like practice. The more we practice, the better we get, right? The same is like when we learn driving, when we learn whatever it is, we need to practice, because otherwise we just forget, or we just kind of just leave it and we just come back to our old bad habits, all of that. So we need to stay with this connection every day, because it's like a work every day, because we want to feel good every day. It's not like we just do the session once a week and we just feel good for 1 or 2 hours after that, and then we come back to the bad habits again, right? So it's all the practice, it's all coming back to it.
Yeah. Well, and I can cut it at any point, by the way, so don't worry about it. Yes. So the next thing is tell us the story how you developed a love personal development. Before we go into that, tell me a little bit about it, so I know what you're going to talk about.
Personal love for
personal development, holistic health, and spiritual.
Oh, okay, yeah. So for me, it all started with when I was in China, when I was studying Chinese, and I was actually struggling with my mental health, and I wasn't really aware of that. Like I was just feeling lots of stress and like tension in my body, lots of physical symptoms as well. But I was thinking that there's nothing I'm stressing about, so like I'm okay. But just deep down, I was having lots of problems, and I couldn't sleep. I was just crying so much. I was like, I think it's because like everything has changed, like different environment and all of that. But I was also in a really bad space emotionally when it comes to like my love life, my relationships and all of that. So I was really hurting. And then I just needed something at first to help me fall asleep. And that was guided meditations. So I started just by listening to guided meditations on YouTube, just mostly to help me fall asleep. And then I could already feel like after a few times of doing that, how it's helping me and supporting me. And I was like, yeah, okay, like this is the thing that is working. So maybe instead of taking medicine for like all those bad symptoms that I had, like with my stomach problems and like all of that, maybe it's just better to work first from the inside and like heal myself from the inside. So I started doing more of this practice. I started doing yoga as well. Like I always liked movement. I always loved to move. I think my first yoga was like when I was maybe 16 or 17, but it was mostly focused on like just hard work, like a cardio yoga, like just to burn fat, just to, you know, like keep super fit. So it wasn't at all like connected to this like kind of yoga that I do now, that is like much more focused on awareness, on you know, conscious connection. But I like my body was already prepared, so it was like much easier when I actually started doing yoga more often. I started going to some studios in China as well. So I started really like enjoying it, but it was just like the beginning. And I already saw how my energy has changed. Like it has completely shifted, you know, like after a few months of doing all of that, I started attracting like really nice people to me, really nice situations. Because at first, with all the energy that I went there, I was just attracting so many like bad things to myself. And I was like, why is it happening to me, you know? And so often we just ask ourselves that, and it's really not that it's happening to you, it's just like we are illuminating this kind of energy, so this is coming back to us, right? And when we kind of a little bit change it, then the better things happen. So yeah, just need to pay attention to that as well. And yeah, after that I went back to Poland. I was working a little bit as a translator with Chinese. I was doing different things, but it didn't really give me much joy, and I was still like stressed, and I was still trying to find my way. And like I'm still trying to find my way. It's not like I've got this all like figured out, but because it's like always learning, always a journey. But yeah, then I went back to China, and then I was teaching English to little kids for a little bit. I was like doing different things. But then I just decided that maybe I should like go a little bit deeper into yoga, because after I started learning more about consciousness, about like awareness in general, like reading spiritual books and just educating myself, because of course like no one has told me that before, no one has shared about all those beautiful things with me before, you know. So I was just doing it all by myself and just being like, wow, like I've been lied for 2 months. Like so many people like were lying to me. Like, why is this like not a like common knowledge, you know, that like we are the creators of our life, that we are creating with our thoughts, with our emotions, with our actions. And this is, you know, like this is such a power. And like why they don't teach us that at school, right? Like it's crazy. And then I started like changing my mindset, like learning more and more, doing my little notes. Like I have so many notebooks from that time with all the quotes, like from different books, from different videos, and yeah, just from all the people that were like really inspiring me. And just I started opening more to love, to peace, to all this you know, just this beautiful space of connection. And yeah, and then when COVID started, I was just almost the whole year in Poland at my family house, so I had lots of time to just explore everything by myself. And I started being like really more and more interested in yoga. I did my yoga teacher training, which was online as well, but it was really fine for me. It was from India, from guys from India. So I learned a lot from them. And I started like really believing that maybe it's something that I should be doing as my job, as my thing, that it's something that I can like share with people. Because when I started like sharing those meditations with people, I actually started just recording some meditations on YouTube. I was at first just recording on my phone through like a phone recorder and just putting it on YouTube, and like people were like really reacting nicely and like just saying that my voice is so calming, so relaxing, and that I should be doing that more often. So yeah, I just created more and more. I started creating more, and yeah, just really enjoying it, sharing with more people. I actually started my Instagram account then, focused on yoga, on natural healing. I started learning more about Chinese medicine as well, because actually when I was in China, I was like learning a little bit about this Chinese medicine and all of that, but it wasn't something that I was like so interested in. It was just something that was there somehow, but I was just focused on learning Chinese. But yeah, it's I think it's really beautiful. I still remember like Chinese culture, and just the way how they heal themselves is in a more natural way. Chinese people, they actually say every time something hurts, they're like you just have to drink more hot water. This is always, they just say this for everything. My head hurts, they will say head ya shui, and it's like, yeah, just drink more hot water, drink more hot water. My belly hurts, drink hot water. And like always they always have those like big jars of like hot water, or like they just have their own bottles that they just take everywhere, and they just always drink it. Yeah, because like actually water in China is not so good, that's why they always need to boil it. And this is like like how it all like started when I was there, and then it kind of developed.
Beautiful story. And so you know Chinese?
Yeah. Actually, I haven't been using it like in the last 2 years, but I need to use it more often now. I should, yeah. But I've been studying Chinese before I went to China. I've been studying Chinese for 3 years. That was supposed to be like my main thing. And I changed my career because I was working in an office environment for a bit. I was working as a translator, and like I didn't really enjoy it much, So I just realized it's not all about money. It's not all about sitting in the same place for 8 hours each day, and like there's just something more that I could do that just gives me more joy in general.
The secret is that happiness is free.
Yeah.
Free. There's nothing needed to be happy. And even people would say, well, David, no, you need food. You need a house to be happy. You need food to be happy. Tell that to Ramana Maharshi, who was a guru in the 50s. They found him almost dead in some like underground room. Cockroaches were eating at his feet. Okay, but he blissed out state. That always inspires me. That little story. People think that money is going to make them happy, but really, like, no, happiness is here.
A lot of those gurus and those beautiful teachers, they often just leave everything, or they just sell everything or leave everything, and they just go to live like with almost nothing, because it's like true, like we come to this world with nothing, like we just come naked, we don't have anything, and we leave this world without anything as well. So everything that we like work for so hard, to have the car, to have the house, all the money, it just like disappears because it doesn't matter.
It will be destroyed, yes. And in my story, when I was younger, when I was 16, I felt very much pressed with a choice I could leave all my possessions, and I got this close very few times. And so either that or build a company which spreads the message and enlightens the world. Here we are, building it. Woo! Now, if it doesn't work, I'll just go out and do a Lao Tzu, and go out into the forest on the back of a cow. All right. But yes, it's in my plans at least at some point in my life, about 50 years old perhaps, where I am going to go and do that. That's in my plans. Whatever happens, no matter how much money I make, I'm going out. Because the thing is that the depth of life that can be experienced, I already know that it's so deep, so happy. It's unbelievable. It brings a tear to the eye. Praise God. So, But here I am living a worldly life and enjoying it. Enjoying it. It's just a little game, it's a little game. Playing this little character. Look at me, I've got a hat. Right. Let's see. So we've just gone through your amazing story. Now people want to know: do you feel happy now? How happy do you feel? Can you teach people how to be happy? What are you doing?
I don't really like teach people to be happy, but I just share that the most important thing is always just the being present. And when you are fully present, then you can't be happy because you are not worried. Because like lots of people are just not happy because they think they're thinking that they need to have this, they need to do this. They're thinking about the past, they're thinking about the future. And if you are just right here, right now, there's like nothing you need, there is nothing you like have to achieve to just be happy. Because when you just are, and when you just are in presence, you are happiness, you are love, and you are peace. That's just how it is. That's just how easy it is. So instead of like trying to have something, to gain something, to achieve something, it's just better to like let it all go. Because when you just leave all these layers, there is just you, and there is just presence. And this is just so much easier than trying to gain something. Just so much easier to leave it and to just be.
No, actually, I don't think so. I think I need an experience to be happy. I think that in order for me to be happy forever, I need an experience which is going to pass. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I feel like as well, like happiness, it really depends like how we define it and all of that. Yeah, but like happiness as an experience, of course it will go away, right? Because it's always like comes and goes, like all the emotions, like even sadness as well. Yeah, happiness, sadness, all of those different emotions come and go. But like for me as well, like to like be maybe not like happy, but more like just full of love and like content, kind of more like just satisfied, is just in this inner connection. So I just find it like here where I'm not like trying to like be anything, to just go anywhere, to just have anything. It's just kind of like, yeah, I just connect to God, and like this space is for me, like pure love. And like for as well, like for me, the concept of God has been changing like so much as well, because I come from the Christian family. So I used to go to church like every Sunday. I used to like pray, and like I really used to believe that God is like this person in the sky that is looking at us, that is punishing us if we do something bad, all of this. And yeah, this of course as well comes from like my parents taught me, or like the religion taught me, the priests at school even, right? But I have been changing this concept, and after I realized that this is just not logical, like I just realized that religion can be very often limiting. So there can be something like more than religion, and like the concept of God. At first I was just like so angry in general, like so angry at religion, so angry at God, and like I completely left it. I was like, no, like I don't believe in anything. But then when I just started like discovering spirituality in a little bit different way again, then it like opened me up to this word of like the universe. So some people call it universe, energy, space, like whatever it is. I just love to call it God, because that's like I feel, there's something bigger than us, something that is stronger than us, because we, of course, as humans, like we are amazing, but there is something more powerful than us. Like we are not the smartest, we are not the smartest creatures in the universe. There's so much more than that. So I really like this concept of God, and the space of God has really healed me so much, and it supports me each day. It's nourishing me. It's giving me so much strength. And I wouldn't say like I'm praying now. It's more like I just stay in the space of meditation, and this is like my kind of prayer where I'm just like leaving all the thoughts, and I'm just staying in pure gratitude, and I'm just staying in pure, just observing whatever is happening within me, whatever thoughts, whatever emotions. And yeah, this is just more freeing. It's just so much more freedom than like having this thing of like, oh, I have to go to church, I have to go and confess my sins, like this is just so much different.
Yeah, it's like when you get community and you get beliefs and dogma around spirituality, it turns into a religion. But yeah, and when we're sat in that place of stillness and oneness, it could be said that God looking through the eyes, which is very deep. I would really recommend everybody to go and look through the back catalogue of this podcast and go through the spirituality episodes. They are very deep and incredible. What is meditation? How can it be done effectively? There are several different types of meditation, aren't there? So, what would you say?
I think for me, it has also changed with time. And I learned from my teacher from Peru. He always says that meditation is just this pure connection with God. It's not a concentration, because there can be meditation concentration when you connect on some object, or when you connect on like this journey when someone is guiding you through like the forest or the river, whatever it is. So then it's a little bit different kind of meditation. But pure meditation is just for me as well right now, as I'm learning, is just staying in pure consciousness. So it's just staying in pure consciousness and connection to God, to my inner space. God is, of course, like present within me. So it's all this beautiful peace, beautiful love. It's just staying there and just observing and just pure bliss, like when you are in the space, it's pure bliss. But of course, it's like not easy to get to that. That's why we've got like different kinds of meditations and like different tools that help us relax more and more. Because of course, if our body is stressed and if our mind is stressed, we are not able at all to like be in this pure space, because there will be always something coming. There will be always thoughts coming, always, oh, I have to do this, oh, I have to stop to do that, or like I have to write this down. Like, no, it's just like, so that's why I will first just relax the body always. And then we connect to breath, which is also really helpful. Like breath is just such an amazing tool for me as well. Like when it comes to even like any physical symptoms of stress, like breath is always helping, is always guiding. Because first you need to calm down your body, your nervous system, to calm down your mind as well. So then we are connecting through breath to the mind space, where we are calming down the thoughts, where we connect to more observing space. So instead of like engaging, we just see like, okay, this thought is coming, it's okay, but I'm just seeing this as a thought. So we're going a little bit deeper, like we are not in the space of our mental body, in the space of our physical body. We are going a little bit deeper to our spiritual body. So we're just observing those bodies, emotional body as well. How are we feeling? How those emotions just come and go. And then, we just go a little bit deeper to the space of relaxation. So, yeah, for me, meditation is, just this pure connection. But when as well, like when I guide people, we always just start with relaxing the body, relaxing the mind, breathing. And then it really depends what we want to connect on through this meditation. Sometimes we connect through to inner child, to heal some stuck emotions, some trauma. Sometimes we just connect to some beautiful nature space, which is always amazing, because nature always makes us feel so grounded, so peaceful. So for me, it always helps as well to just even if I'm not in the space where, like when I'm not feeling good, when I just close my eyes and just feel the sunshine on my face and just imagine, like I'm hearing these sounds of the forest, and I imagine like the nature is present, is holding me. This space is really helping as well, right? So, there are different beautiful kinds of meditation. One of the ones that I've been practicing a lot lately is Ho'oponopono meditation, which is loving kindness and forgiveness meditation. Like very easy. I'm sorry, please forgive me, I thank you, and I love you. And we just and we just repeat these words to ourselves if we want to connect to our self-forgiveness, because there is lots of people who are not actually aware that they are holding so much hatred, so much bad emotions towards themselves. Or we can also say it to our parents, to heal our relationships with parents, to our partner, whatever it is. And it's really beautiful. It's really healing. Just, I'm sorry, please forgive me, I thank you, and I love you. It's very humble as well. It's very, very full of peace and full of this beautiful, loving energy.
Yeah, that's deep. Jeez.
Yeah, it actually comes from Hawaii. It's like an old Hawaiian prayer. And yeah, there are different kinds of this meditation on YouTube. There's this one with beautiful music. It's only like 8 minutes. They're just singing these words, a little bit of in English, a little bit in Hawaiian. But yeah, I think it's really beautiful because this is the meditation that actually my massage therapist recommended me to do, because I was just saying like, oh, I like feel very stuck with this energy of money. Like with receiving, and very often is connected to healing relationships with our parents, because lots of those blockages, they come from our past, from our like not healed relationships with the parents as well. So she recommended me to just do that, like every day, just say it to myself, say it to my parents, you know, and it's been really helping me, you know. It's been like connecting me to this flow, to this like, you know, like it's okay to say like I'm sorry, it's okay to say I love you, and it's really beautiful.
What does it mean to heal through movement? What does it mean? Dancing? And how can you do it effectively?
Yeah, I love really healing through movement, since I told you I've been always connected to movement, to this physical energy. I actually used to dance as well. I used to go to some dancing classes. But yeah, as I learned more and more about yoga, I also learned that we tend to keep and have like so much emotion stuck in our body, like very often some trauma, very often, you know, like some past relationships, problems even. And for women, it's very often in the womb space as well. If it's not healed, we have like lots of problems when it comes to expressing ourselves, like on a sexual level, receiving pleasure and all of that. So healing through movement is just releasing all those emotions that are stuck in the body. Very often, like those emotions are stuck like in our shoulders, yeah, in our heart space, in our chest, when people are just very often like this, you know, like they just like they're not fully open, so they need to release, let go, and open their hearts more. Our hip space as well is very often connected to our emotions from childhood, from the past. So when we are moving more and we are connecting to releasing those emotions from movement, it really helps us to just feel more free, like free in the body, free in the mind, right? Like we are very often, I love doing this in my yoga sessions, just shaking, you know, just shaking everything, like shake your head, shake your hands, shake your legs, just shake everything off, you know. And as well, like when we are just standing up, we just inhale deeply, hands up, and we exhale, we go to fall down, and we do like yeah, so we inhale up and we are just folding down, and it's just beautiful, like exhalation through the mouth as well. It's like so relaxing, like so releasing. So yoga is like beautiful body art, I would say, right? Like we can, it's not like about all the time just looking nice, it's all about just feeling nice. So whatever we do, it's just about feeling nice and feeling good and just embodying yourself, like embodying this movement. And it's not only for women, of course, right? Because a lot of people think that, oh, yoga is only for women, but more and more men are opening to this. And actually the greatest yogis, they were men. Like actually all those big books of yoga like 2000 years ago in India, it was men who actually started sharing about yoga. So it's beautiful, it's amazing how yoga is strengthening our body. It's not only about like those nice and gentle sexy movements, it's about strength, it's about like connection. So we can grow beautiful muscles through yoga. We can work on our balance so much through yoga, and we can really, like feel amazing from within because of yoga, right? So everyone wants to feel like that, not only women. Yeah, it's, like there are different kinds of yoga, but I think all the poses are designed not only for women but also for men, right? Since they actually started it. And a lot of people as well, they say like, I'm not flexible to do yoga, but it's the other way around. Like, you don't have to be flexible. You will be flexible after you start yoga. Like, the more you practice, you will feel so much a difference, like for me as well. Like, I used to be not flexible at all when I was younger. I remember like, I couldn't do splits at all. Like, my friends were just like doing this so easily on the PE classes, or like some different stretches, and I couldn't do it. And when I started like a few years ago, I still wasn't like that flexible. But when I started doing yoga every day or like every 2 days, my flexibility has changed so much, because we just need some time for the muscles to relax, release. Because especially like older people, they say they are not flexible because they weren't practicing anything, right? So we need to learn again. We need to show the muscles like how to relax, how to stay deeper in the poses. And the more we practice, the muscles will let go and will release. But we need to practice this to like, just be more flexible. So it's really amazing how yoga can, change our bodies as well. And how can yoga, I'm actually reading this book right now, Releasing Trauma Through Yoga. So yeah, as well, learning about how this movement, how different poses are connected to our emotions, and how they help us to heal in this way as well.
And if you want to see Maria showing some poses, you can see a video here on the channel. When I think about healing through movement, I think about like dancing as well, like dancing to music.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we do yoga. Like, I love actually doing dancing yoga, since yoga has like so many like beautiful poses as well, like beautiful movements, like coming like just changing from one pose to the other, like being in the flow. So I just like love being in the flow and just connecting with the whole body, with the hands, with the arms, with the hips, and like everything. So like most often when I share my yoga classes, I always try to put on some music as well, to like help ourselves. Because sometimes when we do yoga, our mind is still, especially when we are starting, our mind is still going somewhere, right? So when we are having this music, when we are more connected to music, to movement, to the body, it's just much easier to like be and stay in this space. And dancing is like amazing for that, because dancing for me is like as well like freedom. Yeah, it's like art is freedom. So we connect to dance, we connect to the freedom, and it really doesn't matter like how we look. So it just matters like how we feel in it, and how we are treating our body, like with love, with respect. Like yoga is as well like teaching us so much about love for the body. Like, yeah, just giving ourselves this love that so often we just forget to give ourselves. And it's most important, because if we don't have this love for ourselves, then like we are not really able to share it with others as well, right?
Yeah. Wow. Well, yeah, it makes me think of I've been to a few forest parties in my time, right? There may or may not have been marijuana, and there may or may not have been mushrooms. Who knows? But a lot of people doing, things like this, like ding ding ding, right? Really fun, right? Getting out in there, and got some D&B going, drum and bass for those who know. All that like psytrance. Woo! I wanted to create things like this without the plant medicines, of course. Okay. Yeah. You ever been to a forest party?
Not yet. I mean, we did our maybe like 4 or 3 people forest party, but it wasn't like a party. It was just like a little fire and like just some music. But yeah, it was nice as well.
All right. So, what are some unhealthy habits, and how can we embody their healthy equivalents? So, what are some unhealthy habits? Of course, eating junk food. Why do we have these unhealthy habits?
I think and the healthy habits are just like, the habits that are not good for our mental health, and like are not anything that is not good for our body, like after, maybe sometimes right after that we don't feel it, but if a few hours later, even a few days later, like we feel the consequences of this, right? Like after that. So of course it's like junk food, and like everyone knows that junk food is bad, but like we still keep doing this. But I think if we have balance, if we do it once a month, like it's nothing bad at all, but habits is something that we keep doing, right? Habit is like something that we keep doing, like sometimes every day, or each few days or something like that, right? So like drinking, a lot of people, like for example, this is what I have changed as well in my life, because I used to, like, each weekend I just used to go out with my friends, just drinking all the time, drinking so much. Then of course the next day, waking up hangover, feeling so tired, I couldn't do anything that day, because it's just how it is. And I know a lot of people, lots of my friends even from here, they still keep doing that, and it's like why? Like this is not treating your body with respect. Like this is just doing this because it gives us like this little pleasure for a few hours, but after that we just feel like so shit. So like what's the point of it, right? And the same with like bad habits, can be even like bad thoughts and like things that we say to ourselves in our head. Like when we do something bad, when we call ourselves like an idiot, like you're stupid, like, oh, why are you doing this, like these kinds of things. This is also like really bad. Or like picking up on yourself, like looking at the mirror and saying, oh, like I'm ugly, like I'm fat, like I look bad, like the more we say those things to ourselves, the more we are actually staying in this bad negative energy, and the more of those things we are creating, right? So we need to just change it. Like when it comes to thinking, like I am beautiful, I am amazing, this day will be amazing, and now this is like very like habit is like thinking as well. Like when we wake up in the morning, instead of being like, oh, like I don't want to get up, like this day will be a shit day, whatever we say, just waking up like this will be an amazing day, like I believe in it, I want to make it a good day, so I will make it a good day, and the habits, like what we do in the morning. Do we just wake up and just look at our phone right away, just scroll on social media? I hate doing that. I used to do that as well. My boyfriend still does that, and I always tell him, no, like just stop it, just please stop it, because this is like not nourishing at all. We just wake up, our eyes are not, like our brain is not even awake well yet, and we just take the phone and we just like look at it, and just like it's just kind of like a brain freeze. It's like nothing, and instead of just changing this habit, just 5 minutes, it doesn't require that much time, just 5 minutes of staying in stillness, staying in peace, just taking a few deep breaths and connecting to your heart space, just asking yourself like how I am feeling today, what do I need from my body, what do I need from my mind to make myself feel better. And yeah, this is just changing our energy so much, just those kinds of little changes, like how we eat, what we drink as well. Yeah, like just drinking more water in general can be, like changing your habits for better ones. Going for a walk instead of watching TV for like 2 or 3 hours, just going for a half an hour walk, just leaving the phone at home and just going for a walk, just in stillness, just being more in stillness, observing. So some of the habits are there, like really easy to change, but yeah, we need to take this conscious decision, because no one can force us, no one can force us to do anything. So we have to really just take this change for ourselves, and yeah, just do it, man, just do it.
That's why community is so important. Community is so helpful, and that's why there's so much of a focus of community with Inspiration Paradise. So much focus on that. Group classes, really, viewers, you should join those. Have a little look. First thing I do when I wake up is Qigong. I go in front of the mirror, and it's just outside my room, and I just do Qigong.
Nice.
It's automatic now. the healing properties of certain plants and herbs. So without talking too much about psychedelics, because we don't want to get kicked off of YouTube, we do know, most people know that, these certain plants can have some really healing effects. But just briefly, what are some Chinese plants and all these exotic plants? Because I don't know anything about those.
So, okay, there are of course like lots of them, but I will just maybe share about a few of them that I've been learning about lately, and some of them are really like available in Europe as well, like in every supermarket. Like ginger is really big in China. Like they use ginger for cooking. They use ginger like for tea, and ginger has this energy of like warming up. Yeah, so ginger is like very warming, has this heat energy. So it's really amazing for us for the winter, especially in Europe when it's like getting so cold. The ginger tea is so healing on so many levels. Is killing lots of like bacteria. Is like anti-inflammatory. And it's keeping us like really strong, because it's like developing this heat from within. So ginger is one of them, and similar to that is ginseng as well. It's as well like a root vegetable. Let's say vegetable. And it's got another like other properties of healing colds as well. People use it as a tea. People can use it in little capsules as well. It improves our brain function as well, because it's like more, let's say, like awakening us a little bit more. It's a great antioxidant. So actually there are lots of different cosmetics with ginseng as well, because it's amazing for our skin. It increases energy level, so it's making us feel like more awake, more energized. And I think ginseng is as well in one of the healing herbs for when men have problems with erection. It can be also used with that, and there are some capsules of that as well. So this is another one. And the other ones that I remember about now is for sure reishi mushrooms. Reishi mushrooms are not the magic mushrooms. Oh. Although they have some very magical healing properties. They are they look a little bit like they've got like these very big like kind of hats, like orange hats. They grow in Asia mostly, but not only in Asia. And people use it as well most often as a powder. Or as a tea. So they add just some powder to the tea, or there are of course like some capsules, like some pills to take as well, to just make it easier. Because I actually was taking reishi mushrooms for a while, but the taste itself, when you just drink it with water, it's like really bitter, So when someone really doesn't like the taste of mushrooms in general, it's like, for me it was really bitter. But you can use it in your like smoothies, just to add to your smoothie with some honey. It's really amazing. And they got some powerful healing properties for the immune system. Like they just boost immune system. They've got some anti-cancer properties as well. And they help to fight with depression, with anxiety, because they've got this ingredient that is helping us to like kind of boost our mood. So sometimes they are called very spiritual mushrooms, because they work on our awakening, like when the more they help us to like open the pineal gland space. Like they work on the pineal gland space, and they are like for example, when it comes to like dreaming, sometimes after taking them you can have like really amazing dreams, being like really connected to your spiritual space. I just have some notes about them here. They deepen focus and awareness and help you keep the energy levels high and the mind more concentrated and clear. So they also help to fight with brain fog as well, and support heart health as well. These are like some of the Chinese medicine has got like really lots of different different, not only they got actually different kinds of mushrooms as well. But yeah, like those roots vegetables, they're really popular. Yeah, like ginseng, ginger, astragalus is another one, and that is a plant. It's a flower that they use, and they've got lots of amazing. I actually learned more about those herbs from this podcast called Chinese herbs. I actually don't remember the exact name, but I will share with you later. But it's like really beautiful. They actually talk about each thing in each podcast, one thing for like 1 hour, so you can like learn a lot about that. But yeah, apart from that, like some of my favorites are just like the ones that are really common in Europe, like lavender, like aloe, like, you know, chamomile tea, like mint tea. Like these are all herbs and plants, and I think it's like really important to like educate ourselves and do some research on those different plants and like different essential oils, different herbal teas, and different even like powders that we can add to our, like, that we can supplement, because we can actually heal a lot of the things that we are struggling with instead of just taking a pill. Because this is like the big difference between Western and Chinese medicine, that Chinese medicine just tries to heal the problem from within, and Western is just, okay, my head hurts, I just take a pill. Okay, my head stops hurting, but then the next day it's still hurting, and it's like, why is it hurting? Are you stressed? Are you do you not have like enough fresh air? Do you spend too much time in front of the laptop? You know, it's like, do you maybe have like some hormonal problems as well? You know, so this is all connected. So this is the big thing. Like I remember in China, they, even when I had problems with my stomach and I went to like a pharmacy, they gave me some like Chinese medicine pills, but it's like you take like 6 pills 3 times a day. So because they are herbal pills and because they are much more mild, you know, than, yeah, so they do this most often. Yeah, and as well they always ask like, do you want Western medicine or do you want Chinese medicine when you go to the pharmacy? Yeah, so you can just take, yeah, like this, the normal ones that we have, but Chinese medicine, they've got so much history, you know, like they've got so many herbs, so many plants. There are those beautiful, those little cute shops where they have like so many different roots. Like this all looks so weird, honestly, and I wouldn't even know what is it all for. But yeah, there are Chinese medicine doctors that can help you, and always they examine you, they check your pulse, always they check what color are your feet, your toes, and your fingers, because this also has like it also means something always, right? And yeah, they check how is your heartbeat, they check how is your breath and all of that, and they ask you lots of different questions as well about different things about your body, about how it reacts to different things. And then they based on that, they just prescribe you like some kind of, you know, Chinese medicine that can help you with that.
They've got it figured out. The Chinese, they got it figured out. And there's a lot of money coming from. There's a lot of money in pharmacy.
Yeah.
There's a lot of incentives to just sell you a pill. So, but Inspiration Paradise is in the fight, in the movement of the individual when it comes to our health. We give you the knowledge and to heal yourself, but also your family as well, and their family, and their family, and their family. This is knowledge perennial. So yeah, we don't need to spend money on things that might not even help us that much. It might just be a little plaster. We give you the knowledge to live a healthy from within. And that's what we want. We want everybody in the world. See, why don't we teach this in schools? You know, why don't we teach this in schools? I think it's because of a financial incentive. Let's get all these kids when they're adults. Let's make them patients, make them customers. If we teach them the knowledge, they will not become customers of me, the big pharmacy. They will not become customers of me. Instead, internal health. We don't want them to be healthy. That's crazy. But the thing is, oh no, this is bad. The thing is what we demand as people controls what they supply. So I haven't heard a good objection to this yet. We have the freedom to change the world and be completely serious, because business is all about demand and supply. So if we change what we demand as a society, the more of us change what we demand, and when we vote with our money, we change what they supply. And this, instead of junk food in schools, we'll see vegetables and stuff.
Yeah.
Because I demand my child be healthy. I want my kids to be healthy and happy.
Mm-hmm.
And I want that for his friends too. Okay. So we've got two more questions. The second to last question is, let's imagine a world where more people knew about these things. So what would the world look like? This is one of my favorite questions ever. So,
I think it would be really amazing. I think like people would be just free, and there will be just so much love and peace, because people won't be suffering, right? Like they will know how to heal themselves, and they will not be connected to all those negative energies, like hatred to each other, like anger, because very often our emotions are connected to our body, like because something is bad in our body, like we are expressing ourselves this way. And if we are healed, if each person in the world is like, just open to this love energy and knows how to deal with their emotions, whatever comes, then the world just would be so kind. When children, if they learn from the young age to meditate, to do yoga, to just express themselves as a loving beings, instead of just just having more freedom in general, it would be amazing, like really beautiful. And just so much happiness, so much joy, like the energy would be so elevated. The more conscious we are, the more we are elevating our energy, right? So now, because a lot of people are unconscious, all the wars and all those bad things that are happening, it's because people are not conscious at all, and they are just doing this because of their ego, that like they're more connected to their ego space instead of their soul. So yeah, just being in a soulful place, that would be so beautiful.
And it's something that everybody who is a part of Inspiration Paradise should truly think about deeply and as vividly as you can. All the little details. I mean, how many breakups have happened due to lack of knowledge of stress and how to naturally de-stress? How much crime is due to negativity and wanting not being grateful, right? I'm not grateful for my situation. I'm gonna go steal from people. I'm not grateful, right? Honestly, this is crazy. We need to talk about this. We need to keep talking about it, because as we know, what we speak into the universe, it really matters. But yes, how much sickness is due to not knowing about how to heal oneself from within. I mean, I imagine a world where literally everybody you meet, you're going to feel safe around them. Feel safe as if they're your neighbor, family member. You'll be able to say hello to everybody you meet.
Yeah.
Right? Not just walk past and think like, oh, we're robots. No. You're my brother. You're my father. And because we don't currently live in a world where happiness is the norm and health is the norm, we can't guarantee that we're going to get a nice response. We can't guarantee. But still, I would recommend still saying hello. Otherwise, because then you are creating. You're part of the creation of this world. But yeah, this is like a multi-year, multi-generational thing. So be part of it, everybody. Truly. Yeah. But yeah, are you you haven't truly thought about it, everybody. You haven't truly thought about this world where happiness and health is a norm until you've cried. This is to everybody. Okay? You've never truly thought about it. And if you truly think about it, if you truly live in that space, like I did as a naive teen, I changed my life with personal development information. I became a happier person in school, became part of all the friend groups. I changed my life with knowledge. I started to look around, all these people could too. I started to live in a world where maybe they could. And this feeling that will come about will be the same feeling that you would get if, this is the feeling that came about for me, this feeling of purpose, okay? This is the same feeling that would come about if there was a cyclone in your area and your family member might be trapped underneath some rubble. Are you going to be polite when you're moving through the crowd? No. I love my family so much. I'm busting through. I'm doing whatever it takes. I'm lifting up every rock. And that is what I call masculine love. You've got feminine love, which is all about caring, blah, blah. Masculine love, I'll do whatever it takes. So that's how much I like. So love the vision. Love the vision of Inspiration Paradise. Who cares if it can happen? Who cares? Apple might not have happened. Steve Jobs said, it's happened. Steve Jobs didn't care. And no one who's ever done anything, who did something amazing, it's the people who believe they can change the world, the ones who do. So, be part of this, everybody. Subscribe to Inspiration Paradise. Join a class. Check out Maria's amazing classes. Thank you, Maria, for this amazing conversation. And leave any questions or comments in the comment section below. Leave your insights. Thank you, Maria. It's been beautiful.
Thank you so much.
All right.
Yeah.
Wow. Could we do it? Could we create this world? We have to keep talking about this. Yeah. Really?
Yeah.
Good.
Nice.
Yeah. There's nothing more important that we could be doing, really.